I was just trying to get out of the aisle. Tell me when.
Thank you. Take care of that, Marie. Hey, Marie. Take good care of them.
This is unbelievable.
Watch out, guys.
Hey, girl.
Number 5, Marie, you're up.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Number 5, Marie.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I see you finally, you did find it. Busy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I guess.
This is awesome. You know this one, all right. Thank you, sir. Thanks, guys.
Behind me, I'll stop you.
Breathe. Breathe. Simplify, brother. Welcome home. I see you when you go out. Welcome home, big guy.
Thank you.
Was it awesome?
Oh, I tell you what, one of the best days of my life. Thank you, son.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. You bet. Thank you very much. You too. Thank you, young man. You bet.
My little grandson is excited.
Hey, Bobby. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you, young man. Thank you. Hey, guys. How you doing? Thanks for coming out.
Today is the one you deserved when you came back from war.
No, I was in the last seat in the plane.
Yeah, they put him in the back so he couldn't talk to everybody enough.
They are here to say thank you to you for what you did.
I didn't know Mark was there.
So one more time, Vietnam vets, thank you so much. My name is Joe McDonald. I'm with the Old Gloriana flight on the board of directors. We're just going to have a real brief discussion here, or a brief presentation here today, mostly to let the other people involved in this day show their appreciation and voice their gratitude towards you. And the first one is really obvious. You look around, and this is AirVenture, and this is a world-class event. EAA is a world-class organization. They give us the opportunity to put on this yellow ribbon on our flight, and this is the 6th year that we've done it, and it's the 9th year we've flown the flight out of the EAA. So I'd like, yes, please, give the EAA. So I'd like to welcome up to the stage of the EAA representative to give you a brief talk about what they feel about your service. So the VP of EAA Advocacy and Safety, Sean Elliott, please. Wow, what an evening. It's a pleasure meeting all of you tonight. I'd like to thank all of the veterans on this flight for your personal sacrifice and military service. On behalf of EAA and all of us here at AirVenture, welcome home. To our supporting organizations, Northeast Wisconsin Old Glory Honor Flight Organization, American Airlines, the 484th Army Band, the Civil Air Patrol, University of Wisconsin Oshkosh football team, distinguished guests, and supporting friends and family. This event and the recognition of these special veterans would not be possible without all of you. To our veterans here today, today's events cannot change the past. However, I hope it will leave you with life-changing memories and perhaps even with a few new friendships. Once again, thank you so very much for your service to our country. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Another partner, longtime partner of ours that I really want to send out a lot of thanks to and really honor their service to you, the veterans. And those are the people that flew that beautiful airplane that we just got off of. American Airlines. Let's hear it for American Airlines. This is Old Glory Honor Flight's 9th flight out of EAA AirVenture, and 8 of those flights were with American Airlines. So they've been a partner with us for a long time. And they partnered with us for a flight that we took Pearl Harbor survivors out to Oahu a number of years ago. So they've been with us for an awful long time. And there's an organization within American Airlines called the Veterans and Military Initiative Program. And that's the organization that gives this legs. That's the organization within American Airlines that puts their money where their mouth is to make these kind of things happen. Honor Flight, they support all the time, and they've supported us for many, many years, but they do more than that. So I'd really like to invite up to the stage Captain Jim Palmershine, the manager of that program, to explain more about what they do.
Thank you, Drew, and thank you, everyone. As Drew mentioned, we have a full-time commitment to our nation's service members, veterans, and their families, the American Airlines Military and Veterans Initiatives Program. It might be interesting to some of you because the group that we brought to Washington, D.C. today got to experience firsthand how our program got started. And it's important as we honor our Vietnam veterans and all veterans, I think, to understand how the Military Veterans Program began at American Airlines in earnest. In 2003 and 2004, as a former Army aviator and pilot for American, I had the privilege to fly a restored Huey helicopter that had served with the 173rd Assault Helicopter Company in Vietnam, the Robin Hoods. A restored helicopter that we flew across the country to schools, universities, museums, all the military academies, and in March of 2004 delivered and donated that aircraft to the Smithsonian National Museum of American History, where today it's the largest artifact in a 30-year exhibit called The Price of Freedom, Americans at War. We did that as a company to make a bold and strong statement that we will never forget the sacrifice of a generation of veterans who never got the proper welcome home. And as that aircraft flew across the country, that distinctive sound of those blades that meant so much to so many who served in Vietnam, a symbol of taking you into harm's way or getting you out of hell. That aircraft meant so much to so many, it was the proper symbol for us to deliver to our nation's capital, to be a symbol of that sacrifice, that courage that our Vietnam veterans and their families went through during a very difficult time. So our veterans had an opportunity to see that aircraft today. It brought back a lot of memories, and during the course of the flight I was asked by a number of folks, what else does American Airlines do? And it's a full-time commitment. We have a full-time team. And whether it's programs such as taking wounded or injured service members on trips to Las Vegas or down to Orlando, or our support for the Gary Sinise Foundation, building homes for our catastrophically wounded, or support for the Medal of Honor Foundation and Society, or any other myriad of projects that we were so proud to support. It all began with one simple mission: to say thank you, to honor the sacrifice, the courage, and remember the service of our Vietnam veterans. We literally have an army of volunteers that make it happen. The passion and dedication, people who share their time, talent, resources, colleagues amongst our 120,000 team members at American step up every day to simply do one thing: say thank you to those who serve. And I'd like to recognize our flight attendants, our captain, first officer, our entire crew that made today's trip possible, as well as the support folks who stepped up to take that beautiful 757 to our nation's capital from the greatest air show on the planet, Oshkosh, to honor our Vietnam veterans today. Just a few moments, we're going to board that 757 and take it back to Dallas-Fort Worth, and we're going to take with us some incredible memories. And it's been said that the greatest way that you can honor our veterans and their families is to never forget their service. And there's another symbol here at Oshkosh. It's a light twin aircraft over at my 11 o'clock, just to my right of the bomber here. On that aircraft are nearly 8,000 names of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice serving this nation since 9/11. It's a symbol that we will never forget, the sacrifice of those whose last full measure give us the freedom to be here, whose last full measure give us everything in terms of what it means to be an American. On the tail, we actually have part of the livery of American Airlines, and that livery is the red, the white, and the blue. There's two gentlemen here amongst a team of volunteers who are part of the effort to take that aircraft around the country so that Americans near and far can see firsthand that freedom is not free, and to give family members and those who've known someone who've given their life in service of our country, whose name may be on that aircraft, an opportunity to go and reflect and remember. It's part of a program called Snowball Express, part of the Gary Sneese Foundation, which takes the children of those who have been killed on active duty since 9/11 every year in December to a place where they can create new memories, and more importantly, bond with those other kids and those other family members who can only understand what they went through. And as I was at the wall today, as we honored the sacrifice of more than 59,000 Americans, it became obvious to me as I saw the band of brothers in front of that wall remembering their fallen brothers and sisters, that only they can truly understand what it's like to be in front of that wall and see those names. And that's why the commonality of all this, the commonality resonates, whether it's World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf War, the global war on terror. It's a commonality that is really born out of this common sacrifice. And it's up to the rest of us who may not be able to identify with that firsthand to make sure that we do everything that we can so that those who have gone through that experience and served our country have the opportunity to connect, bond, and most importantly, understand that we care. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a privilege to be a part of this great experience. Thank you to the EAA, thank you to AirVenture, thank you to Old Glory Honor Flight. Diane, Drew, you guys are rock stars, the entire Old Glory team. On behalf of American Airlines, thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here. Take a moment to go out and see that aircraft and maybe say a prayer for some of the names that are on that aircraft. In the meantime, we'll see you next year. Thank you.
granted, that all comes from the heart, not only Jim's heart, but every person that was on that airplane, every person that works at American Airlines and spends a great deal of their time honoring veterans and current military. They do an outstanding job, and we are proud to be their partners for years. So thank you, American Airlines. As a representative of Old Glory Honor Flight, I got to tell you, I'm kind of humbled because we have EAA, which is this world-class organization. We have a world-class airlines at American Airlines, and then we have Old Glory Honor Flight. We got 9 board members that sit around the table. The world headquarters of Old Glory Honor Flights is our dining room. We're just volunteers. We work hard because we care. And I really want the veterans sitting here and the veterans in the crowd to understand, maybe back in 1975, 74, when you came home from Vietnam, you were disrespected, you felt unappreciated. That's not how it is anymore. We do care. We do appreciate what you've done, and we will continue to show that appreciation as long as there are veterans that want to make that trip to Washington, D.C. These people in the green shirts that spent the day with you today, if you would all stand up and wave, those are our organizing board members. I will tell you, they are a rock-solid team of dedicated volunteers, and they are very dear friends to myself and Diane, and we are a family together, and we're just going to keep on doing this because we appreciate what you have done for us. This is our way of saying thank you. So we're gonna keep going on that. Mission 46 was today. September 12th is Mission 47. Just so you guys know, a lot of times when we fly back into Appleton Airport, which is where the majority of our flights occur out of, we see an awful lot of these gray shirts lining the hallways, thanking the new set of vets that are coming through for that welcome home new set of veterans. Special speaker here. For those of you that served in the reserves of any branch, you understand how important the reserves are. Our next guest piloted many well-known aircraft, including this one right here. But she's also the current Chief of U.S. Air Force Reserve. Please welcome Lieutenant General Mary Ann Miller.
Thank you. This is an amazing honor. But before I just have a few brief remarks, because I know it's been a really long day for y'all, we need to tell you something. So it takes some audience participation and then everyone's part. Because I was gonna say I love you all, but I think we all need to say this together. So on 3, what I want to hear from the group is we love you. All right? 1, 2, 3. We love you! All right. We talk about the sound of freedom, the jets flying by. The sound of freedom is the fact that we love you. That's the sound of freedom today. Since 1776, no American has been spared the responsibility of defending freedom. Today we honored in a parade veterans from 1940 to today. And then now we're honoring all of you. We honor you and raise you up for your tremendous courage and all your service and sacrifice. You represent what America is. You represent duty, honor, and country, the best that our country is. We stand on your shoulders, shoulders who carried the burden of that war, the burden of not being recognized for your service, a tremendous burden. You will never know, and we will never know the extent of all the sacrifices that you've made every day over all those years. the sacrifices your families made. You represent who we are as Americans. All of you do. You represent act with justice, our call to love tenderly, our call to serve one another, and our call to walk humbly in this journey. I've been in close to 36 years, and the honor that I will remember forever is this day. The honor to be able to look each one of you all in the eyes and represent the uniform and represent the thank you from every uniformed member of our service today. So thank you for your service and your sacrifice. We love you.
So I hope we're getting this across to you guys. This is about you, and everybody here appreciates what you did, and I want you to remember that. You gotta let it sink into your hearts. When people come up and thank you for your service, look them back in the eye and say you're welcome, because you deserve that right to say that. You did something for us, and never ever forget that. So again, thank you so much. So for those, we're gonna wrap it up here. So those of you that are able, please rise while we retire the colors.
Reset. Whoa! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome home. As you're heading back to the blue lot to pick up your cars, there are a line of golf carts and trams over here that will take you back to the parking lot so you can get back where you started. And all right, welcome to the family. Thank you.
Sending to my